show you how to put your backhoe back on your tractor. So what you're going to need is you're going to need your 4 bolts that hold the back of the backhoe on, and then you're going to need your pins that go through the front of the frame. You've got, first thing you're going to want to do is get your backhoe kind of lined up with the back of your tractor. This is what those 4 bolts go through. They just go on right here where your 3-point was, like so. And then once you've got those on there, you're pretty much ready to back up to your backhoe and get it all lined up. So we'll do that now. Alrighty, so first thing you're going to want to do is, I already got them all loose, but is to take off this 4-bolt cover. This is where your hydraulic pump is going to go. And you're just going to want to make sure that that gasket stays on there. So now, if you've got your PTO disengaged, you're going to be able to spin this little key in here freely, and that's just so you can look at your hydraulic pump and see where the shaft is positioned on that. And if you watch the video of taking the backhoe off, we just left these nice and loose so that we don't have to mess with them when we're trying to put the pump on the back of the tractor. Just makes it a little easier. I'm just gonna, and you just want to make sure your O-rings are still in place. So I'm going to look at this, kind of get this in the right position here. Looks about right. Alright, there we go. And remember, we've got our longer bolts than what came out of the 4-bolt cover, just because the housing's a little thicker right here than the 4-bolt cover is. Alrighty, and then you're just going to use your 13mm to get these nice and tight. Alrighty, and then I zip tied this hydraulic line up because if you just let it droop, it'll leak all your hydraulic fluid out. So I'm gonna go ahead. Alright, now we gotta hook these up to your pump. Like I said before, just make sure you've got your O-ring in there. And these are the 32mm. And as you can see, we don't have the tractor backed up all the way yet. That's just so we have room to work right here. Make it a little easier for you. Just want to make sure those are good and tight. Alrighty, so next thing you're going to want to do is you can either back your tractor up or you can just roll it back. I'm just going to roll it back for now. So right about there is good. And then the next step is put these pins in the front, and you're going to use the hydraulic backhoe itself to get it lined up. Alrighty, so now that we're all backed up to our backhoe, I'm just going to start the tractor so I can use the backhoe to raise the front of the frame up to get the pins through the frame. Make sure the PTO is engaged. Got the pins in the front. The next thing we're going to want to do is use the stabilizers to lift or lower so that our holes in these little triangles line up with the holes on the frame. So once you get that lined up, you can put your 4 bolts in there to hold the back on. Alrighty, so we got these holes lined up. And the backhoe's just being held up by the stabilizers. And now that we got these in here, we can tighten these up and then lift up the stabilizers and everything. We'll be ready to rock and roll. Alrighty, so after you get your hydraulics connected, your pins in the front of the frame, all your 4 bolts in the back of the frame, then you're pretty much ready to go. And you can raise up your stabilizers and your boom, and that's about it.